Hello, today I'm doing a book review on Honore de Balzac's Colonel Chabert. I don't speak French, so I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I figure it may be close. So, what this story is about, it's a short novel, about 100 pages, fiction, and it kind of begins with a character who was a veteran of the Napoleon War. And he was kind of an esteemed or prestigious veteran, so he was even acknowledged by Napoleon himself, but he was believed, or at least speculated, to have died in the war. And what happens is this veteran, he describes himself being buried with a giant pile of the dead. So he's beneath this giant pile of the dead, which is underneath the earth. And he says, to his fortune, he finds a limb which is detached from one of the dead, and he kind of uses it as a tool and kind of pries himself out from under this pile of the dead and finds himself kind of back in existence in a way. So he's unconscious down there and is almost resurrected in a way. So this kind of begins the story. So everyone thinks this character, Colonel Chabert, has died. And then he tries to reclaim his life. And he goes to a couple different attorney offices and they laugh in his face, saying they know Colonel Chabert, the historical figure, is dead. So it's kind of demoralizing to Colonel Chabert. So he finally makes a last attempt going to an attorney who's actually the attorney of who society recognizes as his widow, which is actually, of course, his current wife, since he is still alive. And this attorney actually accepts his case because Colonel Chabert is very well spoken, his story is very convincing. So he accepts Colonel Chabert's case. And it's the big overarch to this story is, of course, this big legal process of Colonel Chabert just trying to reclaim his life. And what makes it kind of difficult is his wife is now remarried to a nobleman. And of course, as I said, they share the same attorney. So Colonel Chabert's widow is currently using that attorney for different matters. And Colonel Chabert is really using him as his last hope. So his wife's kind of worried. She doesn't want the husband to be able to reclaim his life because she married a nobleman. She has Colonel Chabert's fortune or pension from the military, so she's happy right now and doesn't need her past husband. So what happens is they end up meeting eventually with the attorney, their mutual attorney, and those two escape from the attorney and go to kind of a secluded cabin, and they're very amicable with one another. So they probably could have worked things out where they both would have been pleased with the outcome. But Balzac, in this novel, he is trying to express his concern with the legal system. Throughout the novel, Colonel Chabert always comes back to being intimidated by just the idea, the concept of the whole legal process in itself. It's just always intimidating. Every time he thinks about regaining or reclaiming his life, he always gets hit with the reality of the legal process, and he just wants to give up, kind of maintain his almost homeless lifestyle now that he's came back from the dead in a way. So it's really kind of pointing out that the legal system isn't perfect, it's kind of inflexible, and it can be the ruin of some men. And Balzac kind of expresses the ridiculousness of the legal system in certain matters, because this man's just trying to reclaiming what is his own life, and the legal system just existing is preventing him from being him. So I really suggest you read this book. I'm not seeing any other reviews online, so I don't think it's a very popular one, but it's only 100 pages, a very great read. I was surprised. I'm very interested in anything of the post-Napoleonic era, primarily reading Russian literature myself, and this is kind of the French end of it. It's kind of the restorative government that's kind of, I don't know, almost birthed or being refined after the wars. So it's very interesting, very particular legal system. So if you can find it online, I believe you can find it for free if you download the ebook, so you should give it a read. And outside of that, I don't want to give away too many other details, and I don't think I really spoiled anything. But the way Balzac expresses his concern for the legal system, it's very interesting. Something I had really never thought about myself in this particular way. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, or subscribe to my videos if you enjoy them. I'll continue to do them maybe weekly or bi-weekly. I just want to say thank you to all of you who downloaded either the full version or partial version of my novel, which you'll see linked somewhere in the video. So, Honore de Balzac, Colonel Chabert, give it a read. I hope you enjoy it, and have a great day, and I appreciate you watching.